Good afternoon and welcome to Texas Southmost College. I'm Edgar Gonzales, the Director of Marketing and Community Relations here at TSC. Bienvenidos a TSC. Yo soy Edgar Gonzales, el Director de Mercadeo y Relaciones Comunitarias de TSC. We're backstage right now with graduates. There's a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement. They're getting ready to cross the stage in just a little bit longer. So we want to thank all of you for coming out to celebrate the fall 2017 graduation. Also, we want to let you know that to follow us on Facebook Live, on Facebook, on Twitter. Also, to use our new Snapchat filter. So get on the Snapchat, download it, and you can use the TSC Snapchat filters as well. All right, so we have a couple of students with us today from various areas. Let's go say hello to them, and we can get this party started.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name?
Rosie.
Hello, I'm Cynthia Cárdenas.
I'm Carla Morales.
Okay, and they're very excited to cross the stage in a few minutes more. So we want to ask them, what major are you graduating with from TSC?
I'm graduating with my general studies. I'll be transferring to UTRGV for a bachelor's in teaching.
Okay, fantastic. And you?
I'm also doing my general studies, and I'll be transferring to UTRGV for a bachelor's in engineering technology.
I'm doing general studies as well, and I'll be transferring to UTRGV for a bachelor's in nursing. And I wanted to give a special thank you to my mom and my dad that they're here. I love you. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, and that's what we're also very thankful for the support of all the parents and friends that are out here today that are helping our graduates celebrate their graduation this year. So without further ado, also we want to hear from a couple of our students that are here who they also want to thank for all the motivation support that they have received during their first part of their career.
I want to give a shout out to my father. Thank you, Dad. I love you. And also to my boyfriend for being there and supporting me throughout this whole semester. Thank you.
And over here.
And I want a special shout out to my kids because they've given me more support than anybody else, and my mom, who's always been there backing me up.
Okay, fantastic. Well, there you have it. We'll be back after a few more moments, and stay tuned here at TSC.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
I chose to come to TSC because I live in Brownsville, so it's close to home, close to the family.
I graduated from Medical Academy. I was looking to save money on my education, so I was like, TSC is a great option.
Bueno, para mí fue una opción muy buena TSC. Accesibles que son las clases para uno, ¿verdad? Y que uno puede hacer sus básicos en esta escuela.
Texas Southmost College architecture students are gaining hands-on, real-life experience that they can add to their portfolio when they transfer to a four-year institution or when they look for employment.
The faculty and the staff, they care about us and they help us and they want us to graduate.
They're very committed to the students to help them out. It's not about just teaching, it's, being there for the student.
Gracias a Dios este semestre he tenido muy buenos profesores, son muy dedicados en lo que hacen.
I like that you get time on time with your professors and they're very helping and they're very welcoming when it comes to you wanting to advance in your education. ultimate career goal is to become a doctor. I want to get accepted into a prestigious medical school, and I feel like TSC shaped me, to become a better student.
Good afternoon, and we're back again here backstage with our graduates who in just a little while longer are going to walk across the stage for our fall 2017 commencement ceremony. We have a few more graduates with us here today, so let's get to going and talking to them. What's your name?
Julia Baldonado.
Okay.
And Ruby Rivera.
Okay, and what are you majoring right now? What did you finish?
I'm majoring in criminal justice.
Okay, and over here?
The same, criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Okay, we have two criminal justice majors. And what's next now after TSE?
After I graduate, I'm going to go to UTRGV and get my bachelor's in criminal justice.
Okay, and over here, I don't know, is it something similar?
It's going to be similar. I'm going to graduate and transfer to UTRGV for my bachelor's in criminal justice.
Okay, let me backtrack just a little bit. How was your college experience here at TSE? How did you enjoy it?
I loved it here at TSE. If they offered bachelor's, I would not hesitate to stick around because I love it here. It's the best.
Fantastic. Over here?
Oh, well, I love it here the same. I love the people, the staff, my classes and everything. I really enjoy being part of TSE.
Okay, fantastic. So now you talked about what's up next. You want to give a shout out to anyone who is out there, your parents or family that inspired you, motivated you to help you along in your educational career?
For starters, my family and the TSC staff. Everyone here is super wonderful. I couldn't have asked for a better college, ever.
Fantastic. Thank you.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to my family who always support me, and as well my friends.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it, folks. And so just a little while longer, we're going to be walking across the stage for our 2017 fall graduation ceremony. So stay tuned. We have a lot more in store for you. And go Scorpions. Si te acabas de graduar de la preparatoria o buscas cambiar de carrera, Texas Southmost College es el lugar donde empezar. Con más de 50 certificados y títulos asociados que escoger, TSE tiene la carrera para ti. En TSE puedes conseguir una educación de calidad que está cerca a casa. Obtén un certificado o título asociado y consigue la educación que necesitas para el mercado laboral de hoy y mañana.
¿Te gustaría que requieren tus servicios?
Inscríbete ya. Texas Southmost College en Brownsville.
I grew up here in Brownsville, Texas, with my parents, my brothers, and my sister, and I've lived here all my life. My husband was in the military, so we left for a couple of years, came back, and we decided to start a family. I wanted to do something positive and, for my children to see their mother get a college degree. I also wanted to provide for them financially, and I wanted to give back to the community as well by providing a service, which is why I decided to go into nursing. I like to help people. That's what I want to do.
I was born in Killeen, Texas. I was an Army brat. We were stationed in Hawaii for 5 years, came back home to Texas. So raised in Brownsville. At the age of 22, I decided that I wanted to join the military and join the Marine Corps to serve my country and get involved in what was going on at the time. I decided that once that was finished, I wanted to go and exercise my mind and get an education.
As the first person in my family to go to college, TSE eased the transition from high school to college. I chose TSE because of its affordability, its quality of education, the teachers, the staff, just everyone is so caring about your success in general. I didn't want to leave
And I said, you know, I can do nursing. I can go to Texas Southmost College. I don't have to leave to a bigger university. I can do it here in my hometown at my community college.
My parents were here going to school back when I was a kid, so I remember coming to the college, and honestly, it was just a natural choice.
I honestly love everything about TSC. Genuinely love everything. I love the students, I love the staff, I love the quality of the education. Just everything's perfect here.
Being in this program, it's a very tight group, and you're with these people the entire year for 12 months, so you really get to bond with them, grow with them, you get to know your teachers. They've always been there for us, for everything. So I'm very grateful that we have great teachers.
My ultimate career goal is to be a Texas game warden. TSC has definitely helped me by giving me the tools that I need to succeed in my career.
I'm getting a certificate. My plans are I'm going to continue taking some classes here at Texas Southmost College.
I want to graduate from TSC with the Associates in Criminal Justice, and I'm hoping to move on to law enforcement, if possible, Department of Homeland Security, and maybe even the Marine Corps Reserve, just as continue my service to the country and to serve the community as well.
I'm really grateful for the support that my family's given me.
My parents have been there for me 100% of the time. You know, whenever my kids are sick and I need my parents to be there for my children because I'm in school or my clinicals, they're there.
My parents have pushed me to go as far as I can, and so they've been telling me, have a degree to add to that resume and all your life experience. I owe my mom a walk just because I didn't walk for my high school ceremony, and so I promised her that when I graduate from college, I would walk and do the cap and gown and take pictures, the whole 9 yards.
Please be seated. Good afternoon y muy buenas tardes a cada uno de ustedes. My name is Dr. Jesus Roberto Rodriguez, and I have the privilege of serving as president of Texas Southmost College. I would like to welcome you to our beautiful college on this special day as we celebrate the accomplishments of the Texas Southmost College class of 2017. Before we begin our ceremony, let us express how grateful we are for this day. Please stand for the invocation, which will be delivered by Mr. Donald Krause, Associate Vice President of Instruction. I also ask that you please remain standing after the invocation for the national anthem, which will be sung by Ms. Catalina Schultz, U.S. Army Sergeant.
Good afternoon, students, families, and friends of Texas Southmost College. Proverbs 9, verse 9 states, "Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning." Today we acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of our Texas Southmost College Fall 2017 graduating class. Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we gather here together in your sight to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, to recognize the hard work and dedication of our faculty and staff, and to acknowledge the sacrifices that the families of these graduates have made, which have made it possible for them to achieve the goals that we celebrate here today. But more than that, we gather here to give you thanks for your manifest blessings on all of us here today. Only through your strength and inspiration are we able to achieve our goals. Only through your grace are we able to persevere through the daily obstacles that threaten to prevent us from reaching our potential. Thank you for guiding Texas Southmost College as we strive to create a better quality of life for the communities we serve. May you continue to give our Board of Trustees, administration, faculty, and staff the wisdom, dedication, and perseverance to continue producing students that are prepared to take their place in society and to provide for their families. Heavenly Father, We thank you for making today possible, and we ask your continued blessings on these graduating students as they go forth to realize their unlimited potential. We pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. This is a special day for all of us at Texas Southmost College. This is a day we honor you, the graduates, your families, and your friends. It is a day we recognize your hard work, the sacrifices you made, and the many accomplishments you have achieved. Graduation is an honor few receive. And for many of you, you are the first in your family to receive a college degree. We commend you. And we're very proud of each and every one of you. Today we celebrate what for all of us at Texas Southmost College is a highlight of our work. Commencement is when we, the TSC family, get to see our efforts embodied in the presence of our graduates. When we tell you that ours is a rewarding profession, this is the moment that gives us the great joy. Graduates, each of you who crosses the stage today, and your families and friends who come in support and celebration, are very special and important to us. This is what we look forward with anticipation and excitement every year. Thank you, graduates, for making this day a reality. It is now my pleasure to introduce a very distinctive group of individuals who serve at Texas Southmost College Board of Trustees. Their leadership, persistence, and commitment to our success and your success is what fuels our mission. I would invite the TSC Board of Trustees to please stand as I call their names and to remain standing so that we can recognize them with your applause. Ms. Adela Garza, Chair. Mr. Dr. Ruben Gallegos, Dr. Renaldo Garcia, Mr. Art Rendon, Dr. Tony Zavaleta. Mr. Trey Mendez, Vice Chair, and Mr. Ruben Herrera, Secretary, were unable to be with us today, but they send their best regards. Our beloved TSC is destined for greatness because of the unwavering service and dedication of our trustees. Thank you, trustees, for your outstanding service to our community. Thank you. I'm also pleased to recognize the contributions of another group of individuals. Please stand as I call your name. Dr. Joanna Kyle, Vice President of Instruction. Mr. Santos Alarcón, Vice President of Finance and Administration. Ms. Melinda Rodriguez, Vice President of Institutional Advancement and Community Relations. Mr. Mike Shannon, Vice President of Student Services. Mr. Donald Cross, Associate Vice President of Instruction, Dr. Angelica Fuentes, Associate Vice President of Instructions for Academics, Dr. Deborah Huerta, Lead Administrator for the Division of Humanities. Please join me in thanking these members of the TSC Executive Team. I would also like to recognize Ms. Linda Hernandez, a member of our Fine Arts and Language faculty and the President of Faculty Senate, who will be assisting us with the commencement ceremony, and our very special guest, Judge Felix Recio, who will deliver our keynote address. There's one more special group of individuals that I would like to recognize, and that is our TSC faculty. Our faculty have a passionate commitment to the success of our students. And I'm deeply honored to be serving with these wonderful individuals. At this time, I would like to ask our faculty to please stand and be recognized. Please join me in thanking our faculty for all they do for TSC. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite our board chair, Ms. Adela Garza, to the podium to say a few words.
Good afternoon. I've had the privilege of serving on this board for almost 10 years, and this event never gets old. This is what fuels us to continue serving. Together with the Board of Trustees, we enjoy this event twice a year. I want to thank you for choosing TSC. I want to suggest that you stay involved in your community college. This is your college. This is your home. Thank you and congratulations.
For over 90 years, Texas Southmost College has been committed to improving the quality of life for the people in our community. As an open access institution, TSC provides opportunities for individuals to pursue a quality college education with affordable tuition. Graduates, families, and friends, please remember, as our board chair indicates, this is your community college, and we are proud to share this day with you. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Felix Recio, U.S. Magistrate Judge and U.S. District Court, Southern District of Texas, and the TSC Visiting Scholar. Judge Recio received his bachelor's degree from the University of St. Thomas in Houston and his law degree from the South Texas College of Law in Houston. Prior to receiving his education, Judge Recio served in the military from 1962 to 1966, where he received military awards and decoration, including a Good Conduct Medal, National Defense Service Medal, and the Vietnam Service Medal. Judge Recio has served as an administrative aide to the Representative Tom Bass in the Texas Legislature, as a federal public defender on multiple Bar Association committees, and as a professor at the University of St. Thomas, the University of Texas Brownsville, and of course at Texas Southmost College. We are very fortunate to have Judge Recio here with us today. Please join me in welcoming Judge Felix Recio.
Dr. Rodriguez, Vice President Shannon, members of the trustees, Ms. Adela Garza, Chair, Ruben Gallegos, Reinaldo Garcia, Art Rendon, and Dr. Tony Zavaleta. Faculty, students, and parents and guests, honored guests that are here today. Thank you so much for having me here this afternoon. It's been a real honor for me to be here and to share this very happy occasion with all of you. Let me begin by first acknowledging the families and the parents of all of the graduates. Today is your graduation day as well. It is because of your efforts, it is because of your assistance, your support, and your encouragement to these young men and women that they have graduated. So I think we should all owe you a round of applause and recognize your efforts. To the students, I think I've lost my speech. That's all right. To the students, I want to say congratulations. In a few moments, you will be receiving your diplomas. And those diplomas represent the hard work, the dedication, the commitment, and the discipline that you have brought to this institution and that you have put forth in your effort to get an education. And I congratulate you for that. In the future, when you apply for jobs, your employers, your potential employers, will look at the fact that you have a degree from this institution, and they will recognize that you are individuals who are able to start something and complete it, that you have the intelligence to complete the work that was assigned to you, that you have the dedication and the discipline and the integrity to do the job that you're supposed to do. And that's going to go a long way for you in terms of getting employment and finding jobs in this community or wherever you go. But my message here today to all of you is that now that you've come this far, you need to go further. You need to continue with your education and go as far as you can with that education. Now, I know that there are obstacles that arise in all of our lives and in our daily lives and our families, and we all have obstacles. And I want to share with you some of the obstacles that I've encountered. Let me tell you my story. My parents separated when I was 5 years old and divorced when I was 7 years old. My mother and I lived in Victoria Gardens in the housing projects. After the divorce, we were not able to live there anymore. That's how poor we were. So we went to live with her sisters who lived in other housing projects. And we were there for just a few days, a few weeks, and finally moved to my grandfather's home that he built on Fronton Street. The house was not finished. One of the rooms had, in the corner, it was supposed to be a bedroom, had no walls to it, just a frame, no floor. The kitchen didn't have a ceiling. It was, you could look up and see the rafters all the way up to the roof. It was a living room with a hole in the middle of the floor and a small bedroom and an area where we had a large sink where we washed our clothes, brushed our teeth, washed our dishes, and did our cooking. Very small bathroom. My mother and I lived there for 7 years. During that period of time, I got myself into trouble. At one time, when I was in 8th grade, I had 38 and a half days of hooky. I was not going to class like I was supposed to. I got in trouble with the law for little minor scrapes and so forth, and finally my mother took me to St. Joseph when I went to the 9th grade, and she put me at St. Joseph's high school. And I was very happy to be there. For the first time in my life, I was in an environment where education was very competitive and everybody was into education, and I enjoyed that environment a great deal. Shortly after I went to St. Joe, my mother had a mental breakdown and she was placed in a mental institution in San Antonio. So now I don't have a father, I don't have a mother, and I'm homeless. One of my relatives sent me to my father's parents, my grandparents, to live with them. I hardly knew them at all. And they gave me a place to sleep. I slept on the couch in the living room. And most of the time I was away from the house. I would just come in to sleep, and they cooked for me and they did wash my clothes and things of that nature, but I wasn't around them very much. I went back to St. Joe after my mother was taken away, and told them about my situation, and they allowed me to stay there, and I couldn't pay for it. So I had to cut the yards and clean the classrooms and do all that kind of stuff. So these were obstacles that kept getting in my way, and it was very difficult. In the summer of 1962, one of my uncles came and said, "The family can no longer afford to support you. You need to leave." So I had to quit high school. Between my junior and senior years, I dropped out of high school and joined the Marine Corps. I was 17 years old. I turned 17 on the 12th of July, and by the 1st of August of 1962, I was in boot camp. I weighed 115 pounds. I was in a place that I did not know or know anyone. I didn't recognize anyone. I felt totally alone and totally inadequate. And I didn't know what I was doing there, but there I was. I served 4 years in the Marine Corps, and by the time I was 20 years old, I was one of the youngest Sergeant E5s in the Marine Corps. I got a field promotion while I was in Vietnam. Anyway, that whole fiasco was over, and I came home, and all I had, meant to tell you that while I was in the Marine Corps, I got my GED. So I had at least that. So when I got out of the Marine Corps, I had no home to go to, no job, didn't know what I was going to do. So I went to Los Angeles and decided to enroll at the East Los Angeles Junior College. And that would have been in the spring of 1967. I flunked every course I signed up for. You guys are way ahead of me on that deal. You guys have already graduated. I didn't make it. So I came back to Texas. By that time, my father was in Houston, and I stayed with him for a little while. One Sunday afternoon, I wanted to go back to college, but I didn't know what I was going to do. There were many obstacles in front of me. One Sunday afternoon, I went to the University of St. Thomas to walk around the campus. One of my cousins had told me that that was a really neat school. So I went, and while I was walking through the campus, completely empty, I ran into an old priest. His name was Father Vincent Guinan. It turns out that he was the founder of the University of St. Thomas. So as we spoke and I told him the story I'm telling you now, he invited me to enroll in the fall of 1967 at St. Thomas, despite not having a high school diploma, despite the GED, despite the fact that I had not done well the first time in college. I put my nose to the grindstone and 4 years later graduated with a degree in BA degree in political science. And in my senior year, I was student body president at the University of St. Thomas. So I had overcome a lot of obstacles. So then after I graduated, I said, well, what am I going to do with a political science degree? I couldn't go to downtown Houston and open a political science shop. It's not the kind of thing that you do, right? So I put an ad in the paper. Then another challenge, put an ad in the paper, Vietnam veteran, recent graduate, looking for work. I got more phone calls than you could imagine, so I got a job. I had a job for the summer of 1967. And I was very unhappy. I told my dad that I was unhappy. I needed to do something else. And I told him that I'd like to go to law school. And as it turns out, my dad was a private duty nurse for the president of the Texas El Paso Gas Company, whose son-in-law was one of the deans at South Texas College of Law in Houston. My dad finally came through and worked. He set up an interview with the president at South Texas College of Law, and I got in. And again, found myself in a place where I felt inadequate. Everybody that was there were straight A students. I'm a solid C student, I'll tell you that right now. So I was afraid that I wasn't going to get through, but lo and behold, I did. And in my senior year, I said, you know what, I'm going to go take the bar examination even though I haven't graduated. And I passed the bar before I graduated. So I got my license and I started practicing law. I practiced law in Houston for 10 years in my own firm. Then I got a job with the Federal Public Defender's Office in Brownsville. I was here for 13 years with them, and then I got named as a federal judge here in Brownsville. So for all those obstacles, from living on Fronton Street and all those other places, to the federal bench and here today with you, you meet all the obstacles. What I have learned in the Marine Corps was this, that for every obstacle that stands in front of you that is going to keep you from your mission, you have to adapt to those circumstances. You have to improvise another plan, and then you have to overcome the situation. I read a book by a man by the name of Joseph, I'm sorry, his name just escaped me, but he wrote, Joseph Campbell. He wrote many books. One of the books that he wrote was A Hero with 1,000 Faces. And in his story, he studies mythologies from all over the world, from ancient times to the present. And he says that in every man's life, every woman's life, there is a time when a challenge comes before you, and you are invited to meet that challenge. If you take the challenge, you're going to be put through a test by fire. But when you come back, or when you come out on the other side, you will be a changed person, and you will have the power to change those around you, your communities. And you will be the hero in your own story. So my message to you is, continue with your education. Whatever obstacles you meet, adapt, improvise, and overcome, and become the hero in your own story. Change your families, change your community, change the world. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Judge Recio, for those inspiring words. Please join me in thanking Judge Recio once again. Before we present the diplomas, I wish to recognize a distinguished group of graduates. These graduates have a distinct symbol next to their names in the program that you received. These students are graduating with an associate's degree and are distinguished as summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. We also want to recognize honored graduates. These graduates have completed their degree and certificates with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above. You will note as they walk across the stage that they will be wearing gold cords to symbolize their achievement. We also want to recognize members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society who are with us today. Honors and Phi Theta Kappa graduates, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. As we proceed with the ceremony, please note that it will be difficult to photograph your graduates from where you are seated. Therefore, we ask that you please remain seated as the graduates come across the stage to receive their diplomas. The college has arranged to have each graduate photograph upon presentation of their diploma on stage. And these photos will be made available to you at no charge. That's pretty good, right? It's really good. We'll also have a very special gift for each of the graduates. Each graduate will be receiving a white rose. This white rose symbolizes a new beginning. We invite each graduate to give the rose to someone special who supported them in the achievement of their goals and leading to their new beginnings. And now, graduates, family, and friends, we have reached the moment that you all have been waiting for. I would like to invite Ms. Linda Hernandez to the podium for the recognition of our graduates.
Will the graduates for graduation please stand? By the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and by the Texas Southmost College Board of Trustees, I hereby...
That's the president do that.
Oh.
That's not for you.
Okay.
You just read the cards.
Well, you told me to. I said, do I go on? And you're like, yeah. All right. Now graduating with an Associate of Arts, Jacqueline Alvarado. Melissa M. Alvarez. Angel Ivana Ayala. Jessica Barrera. Gabriela Barón. Efraín Benavides Jr. Leslie Blanco. Itzel Boteo. Ashley Brooks. Hello. Stephanie Janelle Calvillo. Carla Giovanna Campos. Cynthia Cárdenas. Horacio Cárdenas. Graciela Noemí Castañeda. Joshua Eric Castillo. Laura Castillo. Daniela Chaires. Fernando Cruz. Hilda M. de la Cruz. Jesús Daniel de León. Gina Elias. Bea Marie Fairbanks. José G. Fernandez. Melissa H. Figueroa. Brenda Monica Garcia. Luis Adrián Garcia. Abril Garza. Delisa Garza. Joseph Benito Gomez. Marie Gonzales. Guadalupe D. Guerra. Gabriela Marie Guerrero. Jessica Gutierrez. Marisol Hernández. Eduardo R. Hernández Pino Reyes. Rosa Isabel Herrera. Alondra Hinojosa. Enrique Ibarra. Gerardo Jaramillo. Alejandra Jimenez. Noralisa Kenny. Ramiro S. Lerma Jr. Angelica Lopez. Guadalupe Soledad López. Hector H. Lopez. Sabrina Limón López. Yahaira Yamile López Castillo. Dalila Saraí Lugo. Christian Daniel Manzano. Jeanette Natalie Martinez. Juan M. Martinez IV. Sebastian G. Martinez. Joseph Michael McCarthy. Klarissa Jo Molina. Carla Amanda Morales. Oh, hi. Cassandra Moran. Neftali Narvaez. Albert Misael Núñez Maldonado. Carlos A. Prado. Hector M. Quiñones. Cassandra Ramirez. Isabel Ramirez. Randy Raimundo Ramirez. Miranda Ramos. Rodolfo Roberto Rivera. Victor Hugo Rodriguez. Alejandro Salazar Jr. Margarito Saucedo III. Steven Serrano. Luisa F. Soto. Rosa Soto. Miss Wendy P. Teran. Eduardo Torres. Steve Anthony Torres. Aurelia Trevino. Esmeralda Valderrama. Ruby Vargas. Dante Edel Vazquez. Juan Vazquez. Ashley Rochelle Vela. Erica Melissa Vidal. Gregorio Villafranca Jr. Cynthia Villarreal. Brian Osvaldo Ibarra. Perla M. Zárate. And now graduating with an Associates of Arts in Teaching. Rodrigo Candadap Gonzalez. Ana Colunga. Marco Luis Cortinas. Joanna Paulina de la Fuente Sarmiento. Alfredo Isaac de la Garza. Verónica Galaviz. Stephanie Guerrero. Carla Ibarra. Verónica Virginia Landín. Nereida López. Sheila Michelle Mendoza. José Enrique Montoya Sandoval. Laura A. Ochoa. Laura Olmos. Jessica G. Perez. Michelle Josqueline said. Now graduating with an Associate of Applied Science, Julia Nicole Baldonado. Ana Delia Barajas. Mayra Alejandra Barrera. Delberto Bautista. Jennifer Nicole Cano. Monica Ann Castro. Jordan Caleb Cruz. José Alejandro Esquivel. Pedro Hernández Jr. Claudia Adelaida Martinez. León Antonio Mesa. Lucía Briana Ornella Sandoval. Maleny Ortega. José Ortiz. Lucero D. Puente. Rubí Rivera. Roger Vieira Jr. Amy Villarreal. Elpidio Salvador Villarreal. Reina D. Villarreal. Luis E. Cermeño.
Will the candidates for the graduations please stand? By the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and by the Texas Southmost College Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these students the degrees and certificates which they have earned and to which they are entitled. Congratulations, graduates. You may move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Texas Southmost College Class of 2017. Once again, I offer my congratulations to our graduates and our families on this special day. This concludes our ceremony. We ask that you please remain seated until the faculty and graduates have exited the floor. Our best wishes to all of you for a happy, prosperous, and healthy future. Thank you.